Page 14, Circus March, a very famous melody. You look at it and think, oh boy, this is ugly, I'll never get this. Well, let's hang on there. If you can get an idea of these chromatic passages. Chromatic means you go up or down by half steps. That means you're playing all the notes. That's a chromatic passage. If we can get the idea of this isn't quite so bad. No sharps or flats in the key signature, so it's in the key of C major, but we've got accidentals all over everywhere because of the chromatic passages. Let's just take it slowly. 4/4 time, right hand first. Now, when I first start to learn a piece of music, I play everything connected. I put in the staccatos and the accents and all that articulation stuff later. I just want to focus on notes, rhythm, and fingering. And if it's really tricky, I might leave out the rhythm. I'll just try and get the notes and the fingering. It's like the first measure, you're here, and then third finger on the A sharp, which is the same as the B flat. And then a thumb, and third finger again. So I'm using third finger on the black keys. Here, and then thumb. See, this is a pattern, the fingering pattern for a chromatic passage, because the third finger plays the black keys, and the thumb plays most of the white keys, although the index finger can help it out too, and other fingers can help if needed. So here it's like here, and then we're using fourth finger there, and that's okay, but now we're using thumb, and then that's an A natural now. It's the A flat from the previous measure doesn't count anymore because it's only good for that measure. So this is an A natural, and then an A flat, and then again 1 3 1 3, and then it's a 2. See, the 1 and 2 usually plays the keys with no black key in between them. And that's what. And this is sort of what we're doing. Now let's go get the counting when I got a handle on that. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Nice and slow. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and a little finger. And you reach down with the second finger. The thumb underneath. I want to stay in this position, but I don't want the thumb on the black key. I don't want to come up in here. I'm staying out here. So it's, again, second measure, second line. 1 and 2, thumb. Again. Now I can use third finger because in the next measure I need the thumb down here. And this is a chromatic passage going up. I'm going to use third finger on all black keys. All it is. And when you see this in music, you recognize it as a chromatic passage. You just look at the first note, you look at the last note, and you just play all the notes between them. Here. That works most of the time. You have to be careful because they'll occasionally in the middle of the chromatic passage, they'll skip a note. So you have to watch out on that. That's caught me a few times. So because here we're using all the notes. You do that again. On the top of page 15. They go 2, then here, here. This piece moves along pretty good. It's a march type thing, but it still moves again. It's a happy piece. So these I don't like using the same finger when it's quick like that. I get tense. So what I'm recommending is on these eighth notes. This is the first and second measure on page 15. That's top. Here, I'm going to do a 2 on. Here. So 2, 2 for the eighth notes. 2 on. And same thing on the E flats. For the eighth notes is 2 on. Because I can do this without getting tired rather than this or this. I get tired, I get tense. We don't want to be tense in playing piano. So this kind of thing can help. It's a little more advanced fingering, but I still encourage you to try it because again, it'll help you out later on if you get used to this. So it's just 2 1. They're saying 2 and then 1 1. I'm saying a 2 and then 2 1. Use the second finger again. 2 then 2, 1 again. Here. And then reach up. That's fine. I don't like that fingering, but we can use that one. Second line chords. C chords 1 and 2. Here we don't have a choice. You got to do this because of 3 chords. I'm hinging at the wrist here, and I'm not going way up. It's just a motion. 1, small motion, I should say. 5, 7 chords, so forth. At the bottom of the page, 15. On the first ending, you have a C scale going down. If you can do the C major scale, this is easy. If you can't do the C major scale, you'll struggle to get that even and controlled. 1 and 2 and... yeah, it's the same fingering and everything for it. Left hand. Well, you start out with block chords, and you're done for a couple measures, and then you're done for, and then 5, 7 chord and second line. You're not going along. No, left hand's. Well, that's fine because you got plenty to think about in the right hand. Let's go to the top of page 15. Now you got an F sharp. That's 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. C sharp and G. 2, 3, 4, and then a D and a G. Rest, and then F sharp. Now, last line, or first line, last measure on page 15. I suggest, if you want to, well, it's a more advanced fingering again, so think about it. It's instead of using thumb on those G's, you can use it 1, 2, 1. Again, it gets in the habit of using different fingers on repeated notes. I'm kind of preparing you for stuff coming up later on, so you don't have to. You can use thumb on all of them, but I would encourage you to use 1, 2, 1. And then the fingering is fine because you want second finger on that C, so that's okay. So the last measure is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you get chromatic in the left hand. 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. During the rest, come up. 2, 3, 1. Cross under. 1, 2, 3. Reach down for the G. 2, 3. Rest. 2, 3. And this is just a C, like a C scale. And then fourth finger on the F sharp. This way we're in position for what's coming. So again, the fourth line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Third finger now. Reach up for the E. 1, 2, 3. They're saying fourth finger. I don't care. You can use fifth if you want. If you're there, why not? And then second finger or thumb, either one. It doesn't matter. But on the second ending, that needs to be thumb because that's a C major scale going down. And again, if you can do the C major scale, that's a piece of cake. Put the hands together here. And again, I'm still connecting all the notes here. Hopefully page 14 isn't a problem putting the hands together because the left hand isn't doing anything. Let's go over to the top of page 15. The left hand starts to get involved. You're here. Remember when I play the A, the left hand comes up. Rest, rest. Don't hold those down. And that is a quarter note. The last measure of the first line. That second G is by itself in the left hand. I remember a long time ago when I first encountered this, I could not play this part because I couldn't get the idea of the left hand doing this melody. And these chords, they didn't want to work together. It was terrible. Here, here. And then here, here. So just go as slow is you got to go and work it out where you can get the hands together. Then go back and get rid of the hesitations. So you can go nice and slow, but it still has to be a steady beat. No hesitations anywhere. Once you can do that, then we can go back and add in the staccatos and accents and stuff. So wrist staccato here, short, all together. Connect this, connect, accent. So. Accent, accent, and now you're gonna. I tend to connect all that in that measure because the music says to. No, it's too quick for that. Just connect it, but lift up before you go to the next one because it's a new phrase. So forth. And then on page 15 you can more or less just connect all this as best you can, and these chords you just have to here just play them. I don't know that I agree with their phrasing on page 15, second line and so forth for the melody. They're lifting up. I tend to connect all that together as one phrase. The second line is all one phrase. So, and the same thing in the fourth line down. I would connect all that together, I think. There, so I would connect that rather than what they're doing. That's just my opinion, though. Now, at the first ending at the bottom, when you play the G, the half note G at the bottom, and you repeat, I would connect that G to the C. It's like a pickup to it. It's like the end of the first line. That leads into it. You connect it all together. Then when you get a handle on the articulation, the staccatos and accents, then we think about dynamics. And that applies to the melody. It's loud. You'll have to decide what loud is. But on these, keep them in the background. It makes the accented notes very loud. Third line down, you come down to moderately loud, go back up to loud. To loud. Don't get loud till the F. Huh? So forth. Now page 15, second line. Now the left hand is loud. It's the melody. And these chords, keep them in the background. Crescendo up. I guess we're very loud then. When you get down to the fourth line down, I suggest you come back down to loud. Don't stay very loud and all that. Just come down here because you're going to crescendo again back up. You can separate these accented notes if you want to. Then you need to repeat back up. It ends pretty loud. This is a happy piece. You're at a circus. Yay, team, let's party. Whatever. Speed-wise, left, right. It's hard to tell. You have to be accurate, so don't go faster than that. take it at your speed. It has to be accurate. I'd like to play it with you very, very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics, louds and softs. I'm just going to play the notes. I will do the staccatos and stuff. So I'll give us 4 counts. And we are going to do the first and second endings there, so we're going to do the repeat. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3. Rest. Repeat. Second ending. Rest.